Welcome to the third part of biochemistry of nucleic acid. In first part we have seen the structure of nucleotide. In second part we have seen the structure of deoxyribonucleic acid. Now in third part we will see and understand the structure of ribonucleic acid. So RNA is also polymer of ribonucleotide similar to DNA structure with some specific differences. So first difference is sugar in RNA is ribose, whereas the sugar in DNA is deoxyribose, where one oxygen is less at second carbon. Then one pyrimidine is uracil in RNA in place of thymine, which is present in DNA. Mostly RNA is a single-stranded polyribonucleotide. The RNA strand is normally single-stranded, but it folds sometime to give double-stranded like structure if the complementary base pair are close in proximity. RNA won't obey or follow the Chargaff's base pair rule. The Chargaff base pair rule is number of adenine is equal to number of thymine, but in RNA it contains uracil, but because it is single-stranded, number of nucleotide varies. So it won't follow the Chargaff base pair rule. Then RNA is susceptible to alkali hydrolysis because of presence of oxygen at second carbon atom. RNA are more susceptible to alkali hydrolysis, whereas DNA, which is less at oxygen at second carbon atom, they are more stable as compared to RNA. Then RNA give arsenol color reaction, which is used for the determination of carbohydrate. Here we see the structure of RNA. Here you can see it is a single-stranded RNA structure, which are bound by phosphodiester bond. Okay, but if there are some complementary bases nearby, like adenine is complementary uracil, guanine is complementary to cytosine, cytosine is complementary to guanine. If they are nearby, they will form the hydrogen bond, and it will give the double-stranded structure-like appearance. But originally, they are mostly present as a single-stranded structure. Then type of RNA. RNA, there are two type of major RNA. First is major RNA and second is minor RNA. In major RNA, there are three type of RNA. First is messenger RNA, also called as mRNA, which is present 5 to 10% of total RNA. Then second is transfer RNA, also called tRNA, which is present 10 to 20% of total RNA. And third and major portion of RNA is ribosomal RNA, also called rRNA, which is 50 to 80% of total RNA. Then some other minor RNA are heterogeneous nuclear RNA, also called hnRNA. Then small nuclear RNA, also called snRNA. Then small nuclear RNA, also called snORNA, and small cytoplasmic RNA, also called scRNA. Now we will see the role of all these RNAs. So in table, first messenger RNA, also called mRNA. It's involved in transfer of genetic information from gene to ribosome to synthesize the protein. Means from gene during transcription, mRNA is synthesized, then mRNA is transferred to ribosome, where ribosome bind to that mRNA, and then through the transfer RNA, protein synthesis takes place. Then heterogeneous nuclear RNA, also called hnRNA. It serves as a precursor for mRNA and other RNAs. Means whenever the transcription takes place, RNA is synthesized from DNA, which is the heterogeneous nuclear RNA. It contains intron, then exon, and all type of mRNA present. After that, heterogeneous nuclear RNA get processed to form mRNA, rRNA, tRNA. Then transfer RNA, also called tRNA. It helps in the transfer of amino acid to mRNA for protein biosynthesis. Amino acid binds to transfer tRNA and they are transferred to ribosome during protein synthesis. Then ribosomal RNA, also called rRNA, it provides the structural framework of ribosome. So ribosomes are made up of ribosomal RNA, which is the structural assembly for the protein synthesis. Then small nuclear RNA, also called snRNA, it involved in mRNA processing. When heterogeneous nuclear RNA further processed, it form mRNA, tRNA, rRNA. From that mRNA, whatever the introns are present, they get removed by small nuclear RNA to form the final mature mRNA form. Then small nuclear RNA. This small snRNA play key role in processing of rRNA molecule. Then small cytoplasmic RNA. This small cytoplasmic RNA involved in selection of protein for export, help in the transport of export. Then transfer messenger RNA, also called tmRNA, it mostly present in bacteria, adds short peptide tag to protein for the facilitation or degradation of incorrectly synthesized protein. So first is messenger RNA. Okay, so messenger RNA is synthesized in nucleus as a heterogeneous nuclear RNA. Then on processing, it forms the mRNA, which participate in protein synthesis in cytoplasm. Means it is synthesized in nucleus, in nucleolus, and then it transport after formation of mature mRNA into cytoplasm, where it is involved in protein synthesis. Then mRNA has a high molecular weight but short half-life. In eukaryotes, mRNA is capped with 7-methylguanosine triphosphate at 5' end. This capping prevents the hydrolysis of mRNA from 5' exonucleases. Means the exonucleases which attack from 5' side, due to this cap, it prevents the hydrolysis. Cap also involved in the recognition of mRNA for protein synthesis. So due to 7-methylguanosine, it also help in the recognition of mRNA for protein synthesis. So here at 5' end there is a cap at 5' end by 7-methylguanosine, and at 3' end there is a poly A tail, means number of adenine nucleotides are present. In between that there is a codon sequence, start to stop codon. The 3' terminal end of mRNA contain the polymer of adenylate residue, which are in range 20 to 250 nucleotide. This region also called poly A tail in mRNA. This tail provides the stability to mRNA and also protect it from 3' exonucleases. Then mRNA molecule often contain the modified bases such as 6-methyladenylate in internal structure. Next RNA is transfer RNA. Transfer RNA is also called soluble RNA. This RNA mostly contain 71 to 80 nucleotide bases, mostly 75, with molecular weight about 25,000 Dalton. There should be at least 20 type of tRNA must be present in any organism. The structure of tRNA was first elucidated by Hawley for the transfer RNA which carry for alanine. The structure of that tRNA is resembled to the clover leaf structure. Then component which are present in tRNA. The first component is acceptor arm. This arm is capped with sequence CCA from 5' to 3' end. The amino acid is attached to acceptor arm. During protein synthesis, amino acid is linked to the acceptor arm. Then it transports to ribosome for the protein synthesis. Then anticodon arm. This arm contains 3 specific nucleotide bases called anticodon arm. It is responsible for the recognition of triplet codon of mRNA. So anticodon arm recognize the codon on mRNA. Due to this recognition, then acceptor arm transfer is amino acid to next amino acid during peptide synthesis. Then D arm, it is name given due to presence of dihydrouridine in that arm. Then T-Cy-C arm. This arm contains the sequence of thymine, pseudouridine and cytosine. Then variable arm. So the variable arm is most variable in tRNA. On the basis of this variable arm, tRNA classified into two categories. First is class 1 tRNA, the most predominant, about 75% tRNA present in come under class 1. They contain only 3 to 5 base pair length in variable arm. Then class 2 tRNA, they contain 20 to 30 base pair bases in variable arm. The structure of tRNA, it is acceptor arm which is present sequence CCA from 5' end to 3' end. The incoming amino acid will link to here. Then D arm which contain dihydrouridine. Then T size C unit. Then it is variable arm and it is anticodon loop. This anticodon loop will recognize the nucleotide sequence on mRNA, and then the amino acid linked to here will shifted to next peptide synthesis. The third one is ribosomal RNA. The ribosome are factories for the protein synthesis. The eukaryotic ribosome are composed of two major nucleoprotein complex. First is 60S and second is 40S, which combination form 80S ribosome unit. The 60S subunit contain 20S rRNA, 5S rRNA and 5' rRNA. The 40S subunit contain 18S rRNA. They play significant role in binding of mRNA to ribosome and for the protein synthesis. So this is the complete ribosome. It is 40S subunit, it is 60S subunit. They bind to the mRNA. This is mRNA. Then the sequence is recognized by anticodon loop of tRNA, and then another will come here and this amino acid will shift to here and protein synthesis will takes place. Then catalytic RNAs, also called ribozymes, means the RNA which involved in processing like enzymes. Certain RNA component in association with protein is catalytically active. Such RNA termed as a ribozyme. These are involved in cell processing reaction of RNA, while are other regarded as a true catalyst. For example, RNase-P and RNA. So some RNA along with protein they involve in processing, whereas only some RNA which are truly only RNA not along with protein, they also help in the catalysis or processing. Such RNA called true catalyst. For example, ribonuclease P is a ribozyme containing protein and RNA component. It cleaves the tRNA precursor to generate mature tRNA molecule. The RNA molecule adopts the tertiary structure just like protein, and it may be responsible for them to act as a biocatalyst. And it is also believed that this ribozyme or catalytic RNA were function as a catalyst before the occurrence of protein enzyme.